Hey y'all, I know it's been a minute, it's been a long time since I sat and did Locker Talk. And football season has started, so I need to get back into doing it because this is where I get to just have the conversations that I want to have, talk about my opinions, give you the tea, give you some facts, give you all those things. Now, the reason why Locker Talk has been delayed is because I have a very special announcement. It was supposed to be a different ordeal. Something big was supposed to happen, and unfortunately, it did not work out. But, where one door closes, another door opens. So, for right now, I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because I want it to be concrete, and I want to make sure that it's actually going to happen before I start blabbing off at the mouth, because like I said, I want to make sure things are in order. But something exciting is coming for Locker Talk. So I need you guys to just bear with me. Okay? I've been trying to change the format of Locker Talk for a little bit, but I'm really not sure what I actually want to do. But I mean, me getting on here and just talking is good enough for me if it's good enough for you. Okay, but I do want to say, make sure that you guys are checking out my other content. So I have the Pretty Spectacular Football Show that I do and stream through MTMV Sports. Check that out. That is strictly a football show. Strictly a football show. I know some of my football girlies want to hear about football and they want to hear about other things as well. That's what Locker Talk is for. The whole thing. The whole thing is here at Locker Talk. But if you, if you want to just hear about football, then the Pretty Spectacular Football Show runs the entire football season. If you want to get interviews about, women in sports or just people in sports in general, you want to get some inspiration on your career, you want to get some tips and tricks, and you really just want to listen to something that is maybe less dramatic, but also really, really good and really motivational, the Pretty Playbook Podcast will be coming out again for season 2. Starting next month. And when I say I have some amazing interviews going on for the Pretty Playbook, I'm super duper excited about it. I felt literally inspired and motivated every single interview. So I cannot wait for you guys to get those episodes. That is streamed on Spotify, Amazon, Audible, iHeart Radio, and it's on one more. I should know this. It's on one more. But those are the main ones. Okay? You can always support by just literally going on those platforms, listening to an episode or two. Even season 1 is up. Season 1 was a little bit everywhere because I was really trying to figure out where I wanted to go with it, but now I figured it out. And season 2 is all about really women in sports, women that you wouldn't even think of. And I mean they've had different careers in sports. They do different things outside of sports, but help athletes with sports. And literally a lot of them are regular women. And I say regular women because, you have the celebrity, no Coco and Serena on here yet, but they are everyday women and they have went through a lot of things that we go through every single day, and they've navigated the way, not only with life, but with sports. Oh my gosh. I can blab on and on about it, but I really want you guys to really lock in and key in for season 2 coming next month. I will be dropping those episodes on Fridays still at 8 p.m. But that, it is near and dear to me. My TikTok gives and has exclusive content on there. Some of the content that you see on these other pages will be on the TikTok as well, but they have more specific. I think I'm going to do daily talks or daily Locker Talks on TikTok specifically. So make sure you are keying in there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. The podcast will also be on YouTube. Locker Talk, obviously, it's here on YouTube. And other things, game day coverages, is all that is on YouTube. YouTube is the hub and the library where I house all of the videos. So subscribe to YouTube. It does not take anything. It is free. It is free to join the crew. So join the crew. I don't understand. I don't understand what we're doing. Join the crew. Okay? Now. Is that it for my announcements? Maybe. I'm going to say this now. This will be a little bit of everywhere because I have so much to say. I have so much to get into. But I also want to make it me. You know, this Locker Talk is the space where I get to be me. So something that happened to me that I really want to talk about is I got denied from a classic that I actually did last year. And it really kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. It kind of hurt my feelings too because I had done it last year and I believed I did an amazing job for doing my first year, really starting to cover big major events. So me covering this event and then me wanting to go back. And I will be honest with you guys, a lot of the times I'm going to certain events or I'm doing certain things on my own dime, on my own time. Okay, get into it. Because we're still building the marketing and the sponsorship thing and trying to get the numbers up, which is why I'm always harping on for you guys to really like, share, subscribe, comment, because the comments really mean a lot and they really go a lot. But either way, I wanted to go back. I wanted to cover it because at the end of the day, that's what I do. This is what I do. And I know that the name of my brand and my outlet is Pretty Girls Love Sports, but that does not mean that my information is only for girls or it's only for pretty girls, because some people will say, well, not all girls are pretty. You know, I'm going to get into that. But this is my outlet and it is housed under a media brand name, which is Pretty Girls Media, which, yes, is now mine. But also I have an LLC. So everything is like real legit, like legal business. So it really hurt my feelings when I got the rejection. It was kind of like, you know, we got to draw the line somewhere with the small media. And it was just like, ooh, that's a little tease. But no, seriously, it hurts my feelings because I know that I work hard for certain things and I understand I'm not going to get everything. Trust me. I know that I will not get everything that I apply for. I will not get everything the first time around. I know. But when you do something one year and you do really good with it and you really know that you've grown in this space and you really want to do it again, to not only see the growth in that, but to also continue to engage in your audience, because you've had people ask you if you're going because they want to know that content. They want to be able to see that content. And then you get that denial because you're a smaller brand or you are a smaller outlet. And it just kind of rubs me the wrong way sometimes when I get, you know, discredited because I am a smaller media platform. But it's like everybody has to start from somewhere, and I get that everybody is not going to support you and what you do, girl. But the fact that I did it the year prior when I was smaller compared to where I am now was just kind of like that shade. That's a little shade. But I say all that to say it was discouraging and I didn't like it and hurt my feelings. But I didn't let it stop me. If you got this far in the video and you did see this, maybe you need to see this for a reason. Keep going, don't give up, and that's on that, period. Okay, moving on though. I love a good person that gives back to the community and does not always have to like boast about it or throw it in your face. Because sometimes we misunderstand people's genuine generosity. Oh my God, I can't say that word. We mistake that because we often see people flex and do it for the camera. Or we see people like do it for the numbers, or we see people like put it out there because they want to make sure that you know that they are a giving person. And sometimes they're not giving people, they're just doing it for the moment and they're doing it for, you know, the status of it. But I love the fact that Warwick Dunn, and I believe that's how you say that first name, or Warwick Dunn, he's an ex-player. He has silently given 173 homes to single parents through his charity, and as well as working with Habitats for Humanity. Giving back to single parent households, because we all know that it's very hard for single parents in almost every capacity. But the fact that he hasn't done it loud and boisterously to let you know that I'm doing this, I'm giving back. I want to make sure y'all see what I'm doing out here. No shade, no tea. Do whatever you want to do. Obviously, you're going to do it anyway. But I'm just saying, me personally, I love when you find out about someone genuinely giving a service or giving some help to people who actually need the help. So I commend him. I want to give a round of applause to him for that. And I had to really start my show with that because I just felt like there's so many times that we do not see generous things happening that it's time for us to really highlight those who are doing genuine things within our community and who's really building us up and really putting on for our culture. Okay. Now, we are going to move on. This next topic is very, very hard. And in this instance, I have to talk about two separate recent passings. So you have the two hockey players that were killed in a crash. They were riding their bicycles, and it was literally the day before their sister's wedding in New Jersey, and they were hit by a drunk driver. I'm going to say allegedly because, again, for legal reasons and legal purposes. Now, they were Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Johnny was with the Blue Jackets, and the tributes that they have done so far, the things that they have really put into place for their family is just simply amazing, and it's beautiful. And I was so taken aback, and it hurt my heart when it was like, wow, they didn't even get to make it to their sister's wedding, and their sister was trying to celebrate one of the best days of her life with getting married, and she had to deal with the death of not one but both of her brothers. So it is just a story that you just never want to hear. It is so heart-wrenching. So I do want to send my condolences out to that family, to those fans, to the friends, to everybody who may know them and who's involved with them. And then as of recently, Saturday morning around 2:30 a.m., there was the passing of former Clemson football player DeAndre Overton. It has been alleged, again for legal reasons, that he was shot and killed in his hometown of Greensboro, North Carolina. The report said that the police were called because there was a party and a loud noise and disturbance to the address. And then when they got there, they later found out that it was an isolated shooting and that he was pronounced dead on the scene. Although he was given immediate care, he was pronounced dead at the scene. And this came right before the Clemson home opener. And I really commend them because they heard about it. They called Greensboro police to confirm it, to make sure, and then they immediately jumped into action with the tribute for him at the home game, to really just putting it out there and really bringing the Clemson community together. And that's one thing I do admire about that Clemson community. They are really all in together like a family. Like the way that they just immediately jumped into gear was just amazing to me. There was no wait. There was no, oh, we can do it the next time. There was no immediate stories went up, immediate things. And then you can imagine two-time national champion, I believe it was the 2012 and 2016 team. And, his teammates immediately went, and shared their condolences on social media. And what they were saying was kind of, it's not ironic, but it was just kind of like you definitely didn't see it coming type of thing. It's because he had made a story post literally the day before, and it was like, God is working it out, don't worry. And then he then loses his life. So I will try to keep you all updated as the story continues to unfold, as it is still an active investigation. And all the details and everything has not been put out there, obviously, if it's still active. But I do want to just say rest in peace to his family. I send my condolences to his family, his friends, his teammates, university, everybody. Because that's a really hard pill to swallow. Especially you have a young man that was so talented as him. So, okay, but okay. We got to move on because, woo, okay, hard subject. So because I need to move on to something more light, let's talk about Bill Belichick and his 23-year-old girlfriend, Jordan. Okay, I'm not mad at it, baby, because let me find a Bill Belichick. We're gonna be checking. Get into it, but no. They say that Bill has a new attitude, Bill has new style, Bill has it going on. He even got on Instagram and he might be on TikTok too, child. You know, they say he is really just living the dream with this girlfriend, honey. But I can also probably say, I mean, he's been coaching for so long and he probably was really like dedicated. I think not even last time. The one time that I did see him that was like outside of football, he was with a dog. So, I mean, oh, men need love too, child. I don't know. We're gonna say congratulations. Do what up, Big Bill. Do what you gotta do. Have fun while you do it, okay? Joey has her baby by Trayvon Diggs. So everybody gets it gives mixed emotions, mixed reviews, because she does have 3 children by 3 different baby dads, and all 3 of them allegedly, because I don't really clock people's pockets, but allegedly make money and they rich or wealthy. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. If you don't know, you should find out. But you know, her first baby is by Bow Wow. Her second is by Future. Her third is by Trayvon Diggs. So she did, you know, rapper, football player. So I think what's next is maybe basketball player. You know, she definitely carries her womb for the money, honey. And although I can't really be mad at it, I do get the like 3 baby dad things, and like, you know, how it's just always like they say every man that she's with, she has a child with. You know, clock the teacher. But yeah, she had the baby. I believe it's a girl. What's wrong with her? You know. Another person who had their baby is Cam Newton's, I believe it's 4th baby mother. Or is it 3? He has 8 total kids. I want to say by 3 different women. I don't keep up with Cam. I did see that interview with Dr. Bryant, and I think that she read him correctly, and I think that he is a little bit narcissistic. I do believe that he does think that he's not doing anything wrong, and that's another story for another day, child, because that's a whole nother thing. But she did have her baby, and she is being the woman that she said that she never would want to be in terms of the pick me women. So I did see lots of commentary on that, especially on TikTok. Like, women are bringing up her old post and comparing them to like her newer post and all the things. And it was like, oh, well, I guess you'll become the woman you told women not to become if the man got some money. If he got some money, you become that. Got it. And baby, I'm not judging. Do what you want to do if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, then figure something else out. But she claimed that she happy, child, cooking for all them kids, taking care of them kids, and she just had a baby and all of that. So she said she happy. So, okay, moving on. Bye. In terms of if you love it, I like it, or if you like it, I love it type of thing, Jordan Love has been injured, and he is going to be out for a few weeks. He's been injured by the Eagles player, Jalen Carter, and them Green Bay fans is not playing with him. They've been in them DMs, and they've been tearing him up in the DMs. He probably doesn't care, but it was just funny because he posted the DMs that he had received after injuring him, and it's just like, I mean, and rightfully so, because if the roles were reversed, trust me, baby, them Eagle fans will be eating you down. They probably would have figured out where you lived at and probably would have mailed you a box of okay. So rightfully so. It sucks though, because I felt like this, I mean, it still could be his breakout year when he comes back, but I felt as though that this, from the way that he ended his season last year, like this season coming in was going to be his stand-up year. This was his time to really shine and really show us who he is and what he can do and why he is such a great player. And that's now on hold. Yeah, so I hope Green Bay has another backup option thing. Yeah, I'm not too sure that they do. And I don't really think that I care. Okay, moving on. NFL did kick off Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. It was held in Kansas City, and rightfully so, because Patrick Mahomes was probably like, I'm not going back to Baltimore. I'm not going back over there. Okay? I don't know. That's probably a lie. But anyway, for a second I was like, wait, was it in Baltimore? Child, I don't know. The game was somewhere. But they had the game. NFL kicked off on Thursday. If you don't know, you should know. NFL schedules start on Thursday, not Sunday. Okay? It doesn't. Monday night ends the NFL week. But they started off. The game was a spectacular. The game was a spectacular. I'm going to go more in depth about the game on the Pretty Spectacular Football Show. So tune in over there if you want to get more in-depth details about the game. I will say though that homeboy that caught the pass at the last minute and then had it overturned because his toe was literally on the edge of being out of bounds. I bet you he'll tippy toe from now on. Every time he catches a pass, especially going into the end zone, he's going to tippy toe, tippy toe, tippy toe, tippy toe. If you know, you know. He's going to tippy toe because that's going to haunt him for the rest of his days. It's going to haunt him. I know that it is. I know that it is. I just spoke about the Green Bay and Eagles game. The Eagles did win. I foreseen, whatever the word is, you pick and choose which one is correct, that the Eagles were going to win. I did not think that Green Bay was going to win this game. I did think that it was a very awkward game. And then I don't really know how they pick those teams to really. I don't know how they picked that, but it was in Brazil, so that kicked off like the international game. So Brazil got themselves a game. One of the players was like, I don't even want to go there. Like, crime rate is high. Why would you send me over there? So I mean, apparently they really wasn't, but you play in Philly, bro. Like, you play. I know. Trust me, I know. Because I'm from Jersey and I'm from a town that's really close to Philly. Like, I know. So, I mean, okay, whatever. We're going to move on to talk about Travis Kelce's new look child. So I thought this was funny. It was a little key because they said when Travis was with Kayla, he looks more like, like a 8 Mile type of guy. Like, he dressed more like swaggy, And then they say he got with Taylor, he didn't grow a mustache. Looking like one of the Mario go-kart players, like Luigi or something. And I thought that was hilarious. He do have a new look. And I think I liked the look better when he was with Kayla, but I understand. It's kind of like you got to read the room. You just got to read the room and just, get with the program. But he also looks super duper comfortable in this new look. So maybe that was really where he wanted to be, like, the whole time. And maybe he was playing in our face with the other stylish thing. Maybe like he was trying to like get people to talk about him, get him to be put on to get the stardom and all of that. And then he was like, now that this is over and this is done, I can look more like my brother and I can really just go that route. I feel like he wanted to stand out from his brother. And that's no tea, no shade. It's just you at the beginning, you saw a clear difference. And now you see a more comparison. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying when I say that? So I feel like maybe that's really what he always wanted to look like, and that's really how he always like dressed and all that. But he was playing us at our own game, because when he was with Kayla, everybody, especially us women of color, I don't want to say us because it was never me, babes. It was never me. But certain women of color were fawning over him because they were like, oh, Travis and because Kayla's a beautiful girl. And it was the aesthetic, he fit the aesthetic that he needed to fit at that time to get, the claims and talk. And I'm not saying that Kayla made him more, famous, hot. I'm not saying all of that. Did she add to that? I will say yes. Yes, she did, because people that didn't know him, especially like women of color who didn't really pay attention to it because she has her own fan base and her own backing, she put him on to her people and they were more drawn into him. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. The same way that Taylor Swift and the Swifties did when they got an understanding of him and they got hold of him and they knew who he was. And Taylor Swift brought him into her era. And that's what it was. But anyway, I'm going to move on from that. I just thought it was funny the way that people was calling out and really pinpointing how his look has changed over time since being with Taylor Swift. But can you be mad at it? Baby, she a billionaire. I'm gonna look however she want me to look, okay? Tease, let's get into it, okay? I thought it was very, very crazy how the rookie 49ers player, Ricky Parcell, I believe that's how you said his last name, was shot in the gut in an attempted mugging. And the person who shot him, alleged for legal reasons, was a 17-year-old boy. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Baby, you shot me, bro. And now good thing he's okay. He will be out for a while because he was shot. You shot me, bro. Listen here. They said that he did try to tussle back, though. He was not going down. He was not allowing them to mug him. He was like, nah, bro. They were tussling for the gun. And then they said that both parties were shot. That's what the report says. Allegedly, both parties were shot. I just thought it was very, 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 very funny. The fact that he came out and was like, oh, my bad, bro. Like, he just like it was nothing. Okay, well, okay, bro. Is that what you want him to say? Okay, bro, I forgive you. I mean, he probably will forgive him. It's a Christian thing to do. But it's like, it's just too soon. It's just too soon. Because you could have killed me. You could have killed me. It ain't no my bad. Oh, my bad, I almost killed you, bro. Like, ain't no way. Chris Brown voice. Ain't no way. Anyway. Now, I'm going to be wrapping up my football talk. Because football right now has the most news going on. Locker talk is usually a lot of football heavy, especially for football season. Okay? And when I talk about heavy, this topic right here is also a little heavy. I know that some people, if they get to this point in the video and they watch the whole thing, they are going to probably look at it and be like, girl, what does it matter to you? Why is she even on your platform? Why do you care? Why is this talked about? Blah, 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 blah. And it's talked about because I want to talk about it. And it's talked about it because it's just a little bit like questionable, And I have seen these topics all over my social media. And I felt as though it's time for me to give my 2 cents on it too. Because why? I can, y'all. I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. So listen to what I gotta say. Brittany Mahomes has been all over the social medias about her political viewpoints. Now, some people are going to be for it. Some people are going to be against it. That's life. That's okay. All of that is okay. But where people are a little perturbed by it is because her husband and her children are half African American. And she is, I'm going to say allegedly, but it's been proven in tweets and things that have been brought back up, but she is allegedly a Trumpster. And I call them Trumpsters because I just do. But she's a Trump supporter. She's a part of MAGA. I do not know if Patrick Mahomes is or is not. That part has not been brought up. What has been brought up is how Brittany has been very much gung-ho and very much on 10 behind her political viewpoint. Yes, free country, do what you want, say what you want, whatever. But people have pointed out, like, the fact that she does have biracial children and she has a biracial husband, that it just didn't seem quite right. And I get it. You can be with somebody who has different political views than you. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying you can be. There are people who are together and like one person is Republican, super conservative, and the other person is a liberal. How does it work out? I can't tell you because that's not me. It's not me. It's not my relationship. That's not, So could they be two different political parties? Sure. But people were just raising their eyebrows at some of the things that she was posting, some of the things that she had been retweeting, and the fact that they went back and was like, when she was asked, they went on the little game show and was asked, like, what is Patrick's, favorite game time meal? And she made like a little accent. It was like fried chicken and stuff like that. People were just now getting back to it. Like at first they probably just laughed it off and thought it was nothing, but they're like raising their eyebrow because now that she is coming out as being a Trump supporter, and they're, they say that former President Trump has a thing against people of color and immigrants and things like that. And so for her to be supportive of a man who is like that, and you have biracial children and a biracial husband, it just raised lots of eyebrows to that. And the tweets that were put out that she had tweeted before, and how she even like mentioned Trump. And I'm trying to say this, I'm trying to word this very, very, I'm trying to be a little bit political correct, but I think a lot of people's problems, again, outside of, again, the biracial husband and children, is the fact that she is also a prominent person in the NFL. Like, we cannot sit and be like, okay, we're only talk about Patrick Mahomes. No, like when it's Patrick Mahomes, it's his family as well. Just like when his brother is in trouble and doing things in the media, it negatively affects and impacts his family. So Jackson Mahomes, when he is in the news, because I've reported on him plenty of times, it's like, it's a stench. So when you have the wife of one of the most prominent players right now in the NFL on social media, stirring things up, voicing her political opinions, saying a lot of controversial things, it's an eye raiser. And it's like, a girl, you need to just get off social media. Y'all need a PR rep. Y'all need to get some media training or something, or just simply stay off of social media. Girl, get a burner account. Get a Finsta. Get a fake Twitter. If you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you do have status. At the end of the day, you do have a name. People know you. You can't just say anything and just like think that people are not going to pay attention to it anymore. No, sweetheart. People, it's like all eyes on you. Ooh, 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 ooh. You're in a magnifying glass. Like, come on. Like, it's just something like that. Family is always just doing something. And it's like, geez, get off the internet. Just get off the internet. Be more like Beyonce and stay off of the internet. Okay? Only talk to us when you want our money or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But it was very disturbing, like watching people go through her tweets and everything, and how has been very offensive. And, they were like, rumor has it that Taylor Swift did not sit with her at the Chiefs home opener because of the things that she has been saying and been spewing, and because of her political views and background. Like, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes do not need this exposure right now. They don't need any more negativity. They got enough. They've done enough on their own throughout the entire offseason. So right now, just calm it down. Just calm it down. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell her what to do. She don't know me. She don't care about me, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I kind of get what they're saying, because all eyes all on her. They are like the first family of football right now. So I get it and I understand it. Trust me. I do. But I'm going to wrap up my football segment by talking about college football, because how could I not talk about college football? I do just want to say, like, I'm going to just jump right in here. I think that the blowouts have been absolutely insane. Some teams have been playing other competitive teams, like they're like on that level of being competitive against each other, and they've been like blowing each other out. But a lot of these teams are getting blown out, or are teams that are not competitive outright to the team that is better than them, that is blowing them out. There has been some crazy upsets, like Notre Dame being upset by a team that they was definitely supposed to blow out is crazy to me, you know? But it's like teams where you know that the teams are not competitive towards you and you blowing them out, like, I can't wait till football starts to level back out to where we see those exciting competitive games, because that's what I want to see. That's what I'm ready to get back to. Like, I want those nail biter games that are like full of excitement. That's what I'm trying to see. The standouts were, like I said, Notre Dame losing. That's a standout to me. That's a bad standout. I don't know what happened, but that's not the Notre Dame that I'm expecting. Another standout in a bad way is Florida State University. Them Noles. Y'all know I love the Noles. And right now they're looking like Noles, you know? I hope that they can wrap this poor plan up and get it together. But, you know, they probably won't, because their quarterback is not the best quarterback. And yeah, I said that. Another standout team to me is Georgia Tech. You know, guys, I covered Georgia Tech, and I hope to be back to cover Georgia Tech. And throughout that season, and if you go back to my videos, I've said it plenty of times, King and Hayes are just two phenomenal players, and they have a lot more weapons on their offense, and the defense has gotten significantly better from last season. They were already good, but they're significantly better. So they're another standout team, but in a good way, standout team. There was one more. Oh, USC, stand out. Stand out. Stand out. Okay? They got something for y'all. They got something for y'all. I feel like they got something for y'all. In terms of HBCU football and college, I do urge you to watch HBCU football if you have any keen of interest. They have so many teams. And again, you know, there are D1, D2, D3 of all levels, and each team is doing something really, really great. I will say that I was a little taken aback, and I did not like the way that one of my used to be favorite head coaches, head coach Barry from South Carolina State University. After the loss at FAMU, we tried to talk to him, we as in the media, and my videographer also works with a news outlet, tried to talk to him not only once, but twice, and he egged us, y'all. He was like, I don't got time, I got to go, you know? And I didn't really like that. But, you know, I understand at the same time. So I'm just, you know, but I'm a little hurt, and I could be hurt. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, and that's all I'm going to talk about for college football. Period. And I'm going to end Locker Talk talking about my girl, Angel Reese. She has a injury that is now ending her season. So I guess that throws out the Rookie of the Year. But let's not see with my girl. As a TikTok say, not too much on my girl, okay? But I do want to just say that she is ending her first year, her rookie standout year, with 446 total rebounds, the single season record. She was a WNBA All-Star. She had 26 double-doubles. That's the second most in a single season. And she was averaging 13.6 points per game and 13.1 rebounds per game. So I cannot wait to see what she brings for season 2. The WNBA is heading into the playoffs, so make sure you are locking in. I'm rooting for my Liberty. You know how I feel about my Liberty, okay? I'm rooting for my Liberty, but I also like the Aces too. So, I mean, you know, but I'm rooting for my Liberty to do their thing. And if you don't know, you need to find out about Ellie, Big Ellie, and not the little one. Ellie, the mascot, who would need to be the queen of all mascots, because Ellie DB Dividend doing the marketing for Ellie has been absolutely amazing. The WNBA needs to make her the WNBA mascot. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Because Ellie, be dipping and doing it. And if you don't love Ellie, you need to figure out and find about Ellie so that way you can go ahead and love her anyway. Okay? Now, I know this was a lengthy locker talk. I had lots to say. We had a lot of catching up to do. I had a lot. Okay? I'm going to try, like I said, to give daily talks, locker talks on TikTok. Sometimes I'll share that content to Instagram, and sometimes I'll put that content on YouTube. But make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. Become a part of the crew on all social media platforms at PG Love Sports. Remember, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I love sports, and you should love me too. Okay? Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for locking it in, and I can't wait to see and talk to you all next time. Bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby